all once again. Thank you for watching Language Fluent, and you are learning Japanese with Pooja. So this video is going to be a continuation to the other two videos that had been released earlier, in which I had introduced you to the world of radicals. So I strongly recommend that you watch those videos before proceeding, because if you do not watch them, you will not be able to understand what is being discussed in the current video. And if you hadn't watched them earlier, you can look at the links given in the description box below and click onto them to view them. So let's continue. Nas or bees. Moving on to the next radical. This radical means roof. It actually looks like a roof, right? So this is used here in the second part on the top. So that means building. So building has obviously got a roof. So yeah, that's very much relevant. The next one, this radical is used on the top of the kanji, and it means lodging. Moving on to the next one. This radical means shell or money. And if you see the usage, it is used in the lower part of this kanji, and this kanji means expense. So you can very well associate it with money, right? So this is used for expense. And here it is seen in the left side of the kanji, and this means wealth. So again, that's related to money. And you can also see this particular radical in shellfish, because there you use it in the context of shell and not in the context of money. Moving on to the last part of it, if you see that particular radical, that radical is for woman. So woman, you can very well associate it with marriage and wife, right? So you see that in the left side of the kanji in the first instance, and at the bottom of the kanji in the second instance. So yeah, that's it. And the penultimate one is the radical that's used for village or hill. So if you see this particular kanji, you can see that beta kind of a symbol or B symbol on the left side of the kanji, and you have that kanji which represents land. So again, that's associated with a village or hill, right? And the second one, a hill, is actually steep, and you use the radical on the left side of the kanji which represents steep. The last one is the radical that's used for metal or gold. So you have that particular symbol that's used for metal or gold. The first instance, you can see that it is used for silver. The second instance, it's used for copper. So both of them are actually metals, and you use the radical that's used for metal or gold in them. So these are the other 14 radicals that are used. You can see only 12 there. That's because we have clubbed these two. These two are actually separate radicals that form part of the 14. So these two have been clubbed under thread. And these two have also been clubbed because you often see even this radical in isolation, not in the form of this, but in this form, which means flesh. So yeah, these two have been clubbed and these two have been clubbed for ease of understanding. So if you add these two, then you get 14 radicals. And these 14 radicals, along with the 6 radicals that we had discussed in the earlier class, actually constitute about 50% of the total number of kanjis which are used on a regular basis. And there's one more thing that I would like to add before coming to the end of this session. When you look at a kanji and you start learning Japanese, you may find that these radicals actually form part of several kanjis, but they don't mean anything relevant to what is being discussed here in many instances. So you may feel that the radicals actually don't convey the meaning that was discussed in this class, and as you proceed further and further in learning the kanjis, you may get that feeling. But what I would like to say is, these radicals in majority of the scenarios have been used in order to give as a value addition factor, in order to give a particular meaning to the kanji. But there are instances where these radicals have just been used as a component of a kanji. So it doesn't actually add the meaning that's being referred to here, like the word or a day or sun. This kanji, this radical, if you see, it doesn't always add the same meaning wherever it's used. But it's not that whatever you learnt is not relevant. What I'm trying to say is, there are instances and there are kanjis where the radicals are being used just as a component and not as a value addition factor. So, and the main reason behind this is because kanjis have evolved. So you should always have that in your mind. It's not that every kanji was formed just the way we look at it today. So these kanjis have just evolved over a period of time, and there have been several changes that have happened to a particular kanji, and before you see whatever you see today. So that's the reason why you feel that sometimes these radicals are just being used as components and they don't add any meaning as such. Okay, so just keep this in mind, and this video was not typically aimed to look at the exceptions or go into the intricacies of how you identify radicals in kanji, but it just paves a way. It just opens up this possibility, because when you look at a kanji in future, you will know what to look for, and you will also know whether that particular radical is being used in the kanji as a value addition factor or just as a component of the kanji. So in order to open up that perspective, I think this video would have been really helpful. So that's it for today. Hey fellow linguists, hope you all enjoyed today's session, and for more such content, don't forget to click on the bell icon in your YouTube app to never miss out on our updates. Also, in order to register for our full course, you can click on the link given in the description box below or call the numbers below. We also provide job-oriented courses for migration purposes which may span up to 2 years, and to know more details on that, you can again call the numbers given below or click on the link given in the description box below. We also offer translation and interpretation services at Language Fluent. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, Language Fluent. So that's it for today. See you in the next class. Until then, bye-bye. Jai Mata.